Hi guys, Jake and MJ, back again for more live reactions to Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. Chomp, 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 chomp. The dinosaurs and the things being eaten. So yeah, on my end, the school year is officially underway. So I knocked out my first few days last week, and now it's the beginning of the first full week of the year. We're recording this Monday because now that I'm working a full-on day job and have a lot of things to take care of, I wanted to make sure that we get this done in advance.
Yes.
So yeah, haven't been getting exactly much sleep, but I have been keeping busy, and it is good to be back in the schoolroom again. Even though it's I was a little nervous getting back into it, but it's feeling pretty good. It's a really nice school. I really like it.
It's one that lets you play Dungeon Master.
Just a little bit. I'm being creative with how I teach physics and math.
What was it that one student said?
He asked.
Make us do math.
He asked if there was going to be a lore book for the class.
Oh no, not that one. The one that was explaining to you why what you're doing is like D&D. It was like.
Oh no, I said that to you, because the way I'm structuring my class is I'm presenting all the topics with an ongoing narrative. I'm sure you guys.
They have to do math
that would be
to move the story forward.
Exactly. So.
Just like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, presenting topics for discussion with an ongoing narrative. That definitely doesn't sound like anything I've been doing for the last 7 years via video regarding Power Rangers.
No, doesn't sound anything like it.
Definitely nothing nearly like that very oddly specific thing I've been doing for a ridiculously long amount of time.
No, definitely not doing something educational or critical analysis whilst embedding it in an overarching story that is of your own creation.
Yep. On a separate note, though, and actually I realize that it's a little far away from me, but I'm going to grab it anyway.
Oh my god.
I am now officially a black belt in Taekwondo.
First Dan.
I am now officially a first-degree black belt, first Dan, in Taekwondo. It's got my name on it, in pseudo-phonetics and everything.
It's called Hangul.
Well, I say pseudo-phonetics because they spelled out my name, but I don't think the phonetics actually quite match up to how my name is pronounced because of
Hangul. It's like it's not like kanji. It's like katakana. It is a phonetic alphabet.
Oh, I know.
So it's the closest they could get, except
the E.
Yeah.
That's why I say pseudo-phonetics because it's based off how my name is spelled, not actually how my name is pronounced.
Jacob Brode.
Yeah, so it's close. It's close.
Brode.
But yes, I tested on Saturday. After I had taken a very long break from Taekwondo. I started back in college, and then I kind of drifted away during the latter years of college, just because I was incredibly busy. And then, due to various reasons, I just didn't get back into it until last year.
Audience translators, please help. I know this says Taekwondo. I tried transliterating this, and I'm not getting anything that I understand in English, so I think these might actually be Korean words. Can anyone help?
I don't know if they can see it from there. You wanna...
That word and that word.
So yeah, if there's anyone who knows Korean, feel free to let us know.
This is definitely Taekwondo.
I didn't think to ask at my test, and I tested.
Well, you didn't notice that it was embroidered onto this side.
No, I noticed.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't know. I just didn't think to ask at the time what it meant. Largely because I was just
starstruck.
I was very happy to finally get my black belt. It's been a very long time. I've been a brown belt because of the long break. And then how many delays my testing got?
Almost 14 years.
I've been a brown belt since the month we started dating. was when I got my brown belt. So it's been a very long time, and so this is very long overdue, and I'm very happy to finally get it.
Well, it's not always easy to get to the tests.
And
too.
it's super legit too, because
super legit.
The school of Taekwondo
This is where the starstruck
that I engage in is the original school of Taekwondo. My brown belt was actually awarded to me by the original Grandmaster, who originally brought Taekwondo to America.
And this one was from his daughter.
Yeah, because Grandmaster's son unfortunately passed away a few years ago. But I did finally get my black belt from World Taekwondo Association. One of the very
Federation Association. I'm
one of the very few in the area to actually be tied to that school. So it's a little point of pride there.
Yes.
So that's what's been going on with my life, and I don't know if
we started watching The Dark Crystal.
Oh, that's what you wanted to talk about.
Got my Hanson worm shirt from the Labyrinth.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see. You probably just the corner of this poster here.
Yeah, there's a
this
Dark
is my Dark
Crystal
poster
right
there.
There's a Labyrinth poster
behind the TV.
over the TV.
I'm a big Hanson fan, and Power Rangers related.
Yes.
One of my favorite Power Rangers involved persons is involved in the Dark Crystal, because I'm still a great big fan of Greg Aronowitz,
Yeah, he was the executive producer of Power Rangers SPD. One of the executive producers, yes.
Also the alien designer.
Yes, he was.
He made Icenia in his garage.
Yeah, like on his
because they wouldn't give him a budget.
But now I will say that the other posters here, as you can tell, are Power Rangers. That's why I tend to focus on them for the framing of the shot. And
he has an Etsy shop.
He does have an Etsy shop. In case you didn't know, Greg Aronowitz has an Etsy shop. It's got various merch related to SPD. So
yeah, a bunch of enamel pins, including one that says buttery.
Like, I've been aware of this for a pretty long time, but Marissa just found out today.
I didn't know he had an Etsy shop. Like, I'm all over Etsy. How did I not know Greg Aronowitz has an Etsy shop? I have his Twitter, I have his Instagram, and I need to get one of his Dark Side of the Crystal pins, which is like Dark Side of the Pink Floyd, only with the Dark Crystal. So that's what's going on in my life.
So that was, I know, a lot of info dump from us just now. The one more thing I will...
faster.
You did info dump a lot faster. I will say that the final thing on a Power Rangers note is that this week is the return of Power Rangers Beast Morphers.
We'll be back.
So join us this Saturday live for our live reactions, live chat of live streaming.
At 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Eastern Time, whatever Eastern Time.
We're in Eastern Daylight Time. We said standard last time, and then I was talking to a friend on the internet. We were trying to make a bot work in Discord, and we realized that it was not working because we were using -5 instead of -4. And it's,
let's just call it Eastern Time.
We're Greenwich Mean Time -4 until November 3rd.
Yes. So, yeah, check it out for the new episode of Beast Morphers. And for now, let's dive into the new episode of Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger, Dancing Kureon.
I can't believe Kureon has his own YouTube.
Ooh.
Wait.
Is the volume not?
They're doing a dance.
Where's the volume?
At the beginning of the show.
Wait, where's the volume?
I don't know, but they're doing the dance at the beginning of the show.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, they were trying to make a video for you.
Wait, I'm having an error with the volume, so I'm gonna check out what that's about. I bet I know what it is.
This is my laptop. Let me have a look.
Okay. Go to your settings and fix your sound, because I'm assuming that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm trying to find which side of my oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. You have to... Okay, there you go. You got it.
Try again now.
Alright. Oh, right, because you moved it over there.
Sorry.
Okay, there it goes. Alright,
There's
back to the...
audio.
There we go. Okay. Okay, so that's coming out of your laptop instead of the TV, isn't it?
Yep.
That's weird.
Naruto, that's like the 127th time.
Okay, there you go. That's correct.
今度の Wii チャンネルはダンス動画か。
今度の失格も自信あり。なんといってもこれを見れば誰もがハッピー。ウィウィウィ。
そのタイトルはちょっと
So, Ui actually gets to do something this week.
もう一回いくよ。今度はメールと笑顔忘れないでね。
もう勘弁してくれ。
He's getting sick of this.
大体ウイの番組なんだから。ウイが踊ればいいじゃないか。
Can she not dance?
あ、メールと。
パスタ。
Well, you know, sometimes it does get exhausting filming for someone else's YouTube channel.
なんで
I
こう
have
なっ
no
ちゃう。
idea what you are talking
よ
about.
ーし。じゃあお父さんと一緒に踊るか。な。
お父さんじゃ意味ないから。
What?
What?
Why not? He's entertaining. Dripping syndrome. What? Wow, this is happening. Keep dancing till you're dripping.
Just
Just
a bubbly move. Come on and dance with me.
what is... Okay. Okay, so we're just diving right into this as being
When
a
it
thing.
squirts into your ears, you'll say, oh no.
What the... This is something that is happening. This is definitely a thing that is happening. What?
何これ。すっごい。
This is amazing.
Okay, but you
Ui
should recognize that
is
guy for the one who
Kishiryu.
turned you.
K-bomb! Girato hikaru sodo chigate battle rodo. Bow, 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 bada. Momo, retai, kono sekai, kanade sanai to. Kimi tanara sana michi o yukeyo. Tadashiki and Boomeroo.
Yushino akasha
Ita soru o hitotsu ni. Donna toki demo nigenai. Dynamic daichi o narase. Hagano no shikara. Girato hikaru sodo. Chigate bataru rodo. Yume wa hitori de miru hodo tsuyoku naru. Kata no genkai nado. Dokate korete do.
Segi mitsu tsuyami o tate Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. And I apparently cannot zoom in. I can try to zoom in, but all it's going to result in is scrolling.
What was happening?
I was trying to make the lyrics
So you
bigger.
okay? So you had the page, but it was not.
But I was trying to make
but,
the lyrics
but you
bigger,
just
and
kept
it kept
scrolling
going.
up and down.
Yeah.
無駄にしたくないから。
She bought a dress for the
So
wedding.
hurry up and find a nice wife.
Huh, I wonder why your phone was all glitchy there.
I'm gonna guess
音はいつ見に
because
帰
I
る
was
んだ
trying to zoom in and I can't zoom in, so instead it decided to scroll.
Have you never tried to zoom in on that before?
お兄ちゃんが心配だから残って
I've
る
never tried to zoom in on that
ひど
before.
いよ。
Strange.
That's so mean.
難しいな。
Hoto is very displeased by his failure to find a wife.
Everybody's frozen watching Kishiryu.
さっきはなんだか様子がおかしいな。
They're all looking at their phones.
スマホを見た
They
ま
were
ま
It's a little weird.
誰も動いてない。
So there's nothing out of the ordinary. Everybody's. Oh, okay, there we go.
あいつの仕業か。
All right, so what's this guy? He's some sort of thief. We're getting the drone running around with them.
Yeah, those look like a leech of some kind. With a really ugly pink little spine on its tail. That's kind of disturbing.
A little bit. Very sharp, blade hands. Or bladeless.
It's actually less disturbing to me than the creepy pink little butt. Block! digital.
What?
He's digital.
ちょろかったね。
Okay. That's interesting.
He's not dead, he just de-rezzed.
That was weird.
おかしい。元に戻らない。
That's because he's not dead, he just
何見てるんだろう。
don't look at it.
Oh no. Are they gonna be mesmerized by Kureon too?
クレア。
Oh no, the song is,
その動画を見るな。
yeah, the song ended.
カナロ。
And then
Oh
it was all
動画を見る
So
と
weird.
Otto watched it.
魂を奪われてしまうんだ。音の動画を見たらしく、この状態だ。でもマイナソンなら今倒したよ。
frozen. I guess not.
俺も倒した。
Oh, that's interesting. I guess that
何
happened
回
off
も見
screen.
るということか。
No, it's just the one. He keeps de-rezzing. He wasn't blown up, he turned into, like, numbers.
Really?
And
He just keeps coming up with new names for Melto.
そうだよ。早く戻ろう。だがやはり、俺たちが協力する必要はない。
I mean,
動画で人気を取りたいなら、ウイ本人がもっと努力すべきだ。
it's fair. I suppose she should be doing the work for her own video, but I mean, like, no, don't watch that.
どれだ
Unless you can pause it. Oh no.
メルトの100倍は全
He's
部。
so much better than Melto.
あるか。
Really?
メルト、バンバ、
Oh,
どうしたクレヨンの動画に気をつけろ。
that's interesting. Oh, there go their souls. That's not great.
every time someone watches it, he re-rezzes.
Where you respawn.
Like I said, when he quote-unquote died before, he didn't really die. They can't help you right now, sir. See?
Interesting.
He de-rezzes and jumps back in the phone.
Huh.
今のは一体。
Did he take,
He only got one.
Tiramigo's? He took Tiramigo's soul. That's not good.
ティラミーゴ。
Tiramigo has no soul now.
動画を見た者の魂を奪い取るマイナスをか。
That's
それ
interesting.
でティラミーゴもやられたんだな。
How'd you get Tiramigo home?
It's a good question.
I understand how you got Otto
つ
home.
いたらこの状態でね。マイナスを倒さないと。ネットを通じて世界中に被害が広がる。
Yep.
外に出ればまだ動画を見てる人がいるはず。そこに現れるマイナスを追えば魂を取り戻す手がかりがつかめるかもしれない。
Okay, let's find out what's going on with these stolen souls.
音、兄ちゃんが必ず助けてやるからな。
Jacob, I think this might be the first time that Kanalo has been motivated by something other than marriage.
That's literally what I was thinking at the same time. Is he gonna go to Seto at all, or no?
ウイは昔から頑張りすぎちゃう癖があってね、なかなか友達ができなかったんだ。でもみんなと出会ってから本当に毎
Oh,
日
they're her
楽
first
しそう
real
だ。
friends.
Well, the thing of it is we really enjoy her very much.
Yeah.
But,
そんなの当たり前
and
よ。
I know this is,
ルイの笑顔は絶対に取り戻す。
I'm not trying to be stereotypical or anything, but from what I understand,
ありがとう。
general loudness and weird boisterousness is
Frowned upon.
considerably less acceptable in Japan.
Fair enough.
So, Ui would be more outcast there than she would be were she an American with that behavior.
I just wish that she had better development overall. I feel like
Bill, that's why I really liked the episode with her dead mom in it. Because she got some really good development there. What are you doing with that bucket of souls, though?
注目されてんの俺の動画なんだ。
Kieran's like, I just wear it, man.
せっかくの動画をそんなことに使うなんて。
He's got one of those child tablets. It's cute.
Well, no, he's saying using my video like this is kind of. Kureon feels like this is cheapening his
Yeah.
his music video.
But did you see he has one of those like child tablets? That's super cute.
Did they use those at the tutoring center?
No. They're not quite that.
Well, I mean, it's not actually a child tablet. You realize that, right?
Well, it's a child case, I know.
Yeah.
For them, but it would be
I
Well,
meant for like the little ones learning to read and stuff.
No. I mean, among other things.
Alright, they chased it off before it could get to her soul, so she's good.
But
I was actually a little concerned about the ethics of
for a case like that, that's for if the kid's carrying it along, which the kids wouldn't be doing it to them.
Who are you?
What is that? He must be the host. He must be the Minosaur host. Yes, he's a YouTuber.
He has what looks like an actual little house on top of an apartment building.
Interesting.
Like, it's just plopped up there, but it's made out of, if I was correct when we looked at the outside of it, it was made out of a whole different freaking material.
Oh, this guy doesn't realize that
Who?
Kureon's not a
Anakin
good guy.
TV.
本当にクレヨンとは友達なの？
はい初対面で意気投合して一緒にダンス動画作った
See, he's got like a yard and a house,
Yeah,
but it appears to be on top of a building.
nice
撮
setup.
影を繰り返して苦労したんですよ
So he did the filming for the video.
ねえ、緑色の液体を飲まされなかった？
緑あそういえば動画完成の打ち上げで
Oh, okay.
クレヨンさんのおかげですっごいものができましたね
いやみんなの力があってこそっすよ。ねえ、まずは
Ridiculous.
お疲れしたお疲れした乾杯
Yeah. He put green stuff into his orange juice. Oh,
もうちょっと
by accident.
ものすごく慌ててたけど
He didn't mean to create the Minosaur.
うっかりマイナスを生んだってことか
だがマイナスエネルギーを奪われている気配はないが
マイナスエネルギー今の僕にそんなものはありませんよ頑張って作ったものが大注目されたわけですし
マイナスどころかプラスになっちゃったんだね。
Strange.
そうなるとマイナスは成長し
It's fascinating.
ねあれなんだなんか光ってるけど
あこれですかこれは僕が昔使ってたパソコンです
あの光はカナラがマイナスを見つけた目印だ
So the Minosaur is in the laptop.
He says it's the laptop I used to use, or the laptop I intended to use.
The laptop that he used for the video, I believe.
電子化されたマイナスをだからスマホに握り込めたんだ
Yeah.
Yep.
なんだあれは
Oh, he keeps spawning.
こいつが分身を送り出して動画を見た人の魂を
He
奪っ
has
ていく
been spawning.
だったらこのパソコンを壊すんだ。
正確にはパソコン機器ではなくネット世界にいる
Not in the computer, he's in the
壊してもマイナスは
internet.
逃げるだけだだったらネット世界に入って倒そう
We gotta get into the internet and beat
コ
him.
スモラプターならできるはずだ
It does seem like something that Cosmoraptor might be able to
乗り
do.
込むにはティラミーゴが必要だ
I mean,
ティラミーゴは
not really,
似て
but
る
sure.
Why do you need to turn me this back?
I don't know.
Oh! They found the bucket of souls. Mosa gracias.
Yep. So yep, track full of souls.
音は待て
俺に考えがある
Oh, what's that one?
だいぶ集まったようだなこんなくだらん動画に夢中になるなんて
Did you call my video trash?
Hey, dude. Kureon worked really hard on that video.
弾道が
そこまでだ
みんなの魂を返してもらう。
せっかく手に入れた魂返すわけはナッシング
あの壺か行くぞあ
I think what their plan is.
Well, whatever they're doing, Canalo is actually doing something.
Okay, there's been camera for some reason.
What I'm saying is these guys are the distraction.
That's my assumption. I'm just curious which real soul it is that green one was.
お前たちにもこのくだらない動画を見せて
Give me some soul.
He just walked away from the pot of souls.
No, the pot of souls around.
Oh, it's a camo. It's a camo soul. Camouflage soul.
He didn't walk away from the thing though, because it's still wrapped around his waist.
Okay.
He's wearing it like a purse.
Alright. There we go. Tiramigo has a soul back. I don't know why
They've got to make some sort of a combination.
Yeah, but they could have just used Moster X. Moster X has been established as being able to combine with Cosmo Raptor. I mean, like, they literally formed the combo with Kishiryu Poseidon, or Kishiryu Neptune and Cosmo Raptor, like, last week. Time to go into the internet, because that's a thing that can happen.
Hey, if Silver Surfer could do it.
Can he?
Oh, not actual Silver Surfer.
You're thinking Ray Surfer.
Yeah, I am. Ray Tracer.
Ray Tracer. Because he was wasn't he like a search engine or something?
Except his name is Ray Tracer, which is hilarious because much like Fong, that's actually for animation.
Style Further.
Oh, did you hear they're bringing ray tracing to Minecraft?
Interesting.
It's not a style of animation, it's a style of lighting.
I was referring to rendering, but yeah, you know, it's a little style of lighting.
Yeah, it's supposedly. I mean, there's a bunch of mods that already make it possible.
Into the internet. So this is the inside of the internet, huh?
But it's coming to the actual game.
You know, the inside of the internet is much more family friendly than I would have anticipated. I mean,
because your attacks are not fake, they're digital.
So, what? You gotta gather the clones? What?
I'm so confused.
What?
ってことは地球上に散らばってるってこと？
そうだ。だから全ての分身を元に戻すのが不可能。そろそろお前たちの魂をいただくとしよう。
Show them the trash video.
I wonder how they'll, now loading. Video's been deleted.
By Kureon.
なぜに消えている？
あ、動画の配信を止めたからです。
Kureon,
どうい
really?
うことだ？
くだらない動画なんで。今度はもっといいの作ります。
Next time, I'll make a better one.
動画が削除された。
Wow.
もう見る者はいない。こう、分身したマイナスが全て
Okay, sure, why not?
戻るのを待って一気に叩け。よし、任せろ。
Thanks again, Kureon.
Okay. You accidentally made the Mind Store. I guess you helped them defeat it. Sure.
I mean, it's not the first time.
Yeah, that's fair.
We're just gonna add this to the list of the times where Kureon has accidentally helped the Q Rangers.
Okay, sure, why not? There we go. Shiny Q Ranger style with your wing soldiers. I do just love the hunters. We need more hunters. Let's keep going with the hunters. They're really cool.
Hey, yo, Funky.
Hey, buddy. There you go.
Who's a good boy? Are you the good boy?
Nice.
All that attention. Wait, is that why you like your souls?
I guess so.
よし、これでみんなに魂も戻る。
Okay. Well, that worked.
あれどうしたんだろう。
元に戻った。やったー、二人ともよかっ
Nice.
た。
Everybody's back to
ここ悪
normal.
くないか、大丈夫か。
どうしたのお兄ちゃん。
Oh, your soul got stolen, huh? That was what happened to you.
Come on,
私あ、そうだ。
I gotta make a video!
みんなごめん。
She's apologizing for making them do the video.
動画のこと。
さっさと撮影を再開す
Let's
る。
give it another try.
今度は絶対に間違いない。
He's practicing the
Come on, before he changes his mind.
There you go.
私の動画だから今度私も一緒に踊る。
おーい、カメラスタンバイ。
Alright. See how this dance goes.
お、
What, Bomba's not in on this. Like, what? What is that expression?
仕方ない。
Okay.
Aw.
それじゃあ
That was a very strange expression on Bomba's face there for a moment. Yeah, da 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 da, yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da, yeah, da da da. Yeah.
I thought you said you was gonna dance too, Yui.
Yeah, da 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 da.
Where are you?
Yeah, da 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 da, yeah, da da da. Yeah, da 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 da, yeah, da da da. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da da. Yeah, da da. Yeah, da da. Yeah, da da. Do ba do.
There you are.
Do ba do ba do. Dee ba ba do ba dee ba do.
Oh, an Oto too now.
Dee ba do ba da ba dee ba dee ba da ba.
Can we have that in here for now?
Ba dee ba dee ba da ba. Dee ba do ba do ba do 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 do. Dee ba do ba. Flailing arms are flailing. Dee ba 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 do ba do ba do ba do ba. Do ba do ba do ba do ba do ba do ba. Do ba do ba do da. Thrilling up the thriller. Do ba do ba do. Flailing arms are flailing and pose.
Okay, but I want to see more of that version that had Yui and her dad Noto in the front row.
Yeah, that's fun.
お前どういうつもりだ。俺は竜奏者失格だ。他の死には。
Oh, Geysorg's back.
次回。
The seventh night.
見てみたい
Interesting.
お前の強さを。
Wonder what that's all about. Should be interesting.
Seventh night, I'm gonna go with Geysorg.
Maybe. We'll find out. Maybe we'll learn something about Geysorg this time. I don't know.
Oh, this is what it freezes on.
On
Kureon's sticky finger.
yeah, that's a little weird. So, yeah, apparently that was the Grim Reaper Minosaur.
Mm.
Interesting interpretation of the Grim Reaper.
Mm-hmm. Looked more like a leech to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. But it did have scythe hands. So
It did.
I
It
guess
did have scythe
that
hands.
was the thing. And the face, I guess, was supposed to be sort of like a hood kind of thing.
It was so long and narrow that I totally thought it was the sucking apparatus on a leech.
Yeah, same.
Also, if that is the Grim Reaper, then if that's his hood, why did the back end of his hood have a
I
little
don't know.
pink butthole?
It was weird. I don't know. I have no explanation.
Hey, you know what else
Fine.
is black with a little pink butthole?
It's just
The cat.
I'm so tired. Alright, so
You're so done with me. I'm so sorry.
that episode was fine. It was a little fluff of an episode.
I liked seeing Kanalo motivated by something other than getting a date.
That is true. That was nice. He was
You know,
focused
he
on
was
Oto.
very, very focused on protecting his little sister.
I mean, he has saved her once before, but it was nice to.
It was a bit more incidental the other time.
No, she was held captive at one time. She was being held hostage. That was pretty specific. I wouldn't call that incidental. But I think it was, what, Gachilius?
Yeah.
He had her hostage.
It was less of an ordeal. It was basically, he's got Oto. I'm going to go take her.
I guess. I will admit that in this case, it was a less immediate situation and more of a driving force.
To worry and show his caringness.
It was more of a driving force
in ways other than just fighting. Because he was carrying around poor unconscious Oto and, like, doting over poor unconscious Oto and being all like, I'm going to get your soul back, I promise.
Also, after we keep talking about how Ui is underutilized as a character, we have this focus on Ui, and she's in a coma for most of it. Like, I'm getting to the point where, like, I don't necessarily, I'm not in the point where I'm, like, eager for more Ui at this stage, just because they've given us so little of her that it's been damaging my investment in the character. Because she's just so underdeveloped at this point, after making a quite enjoyable debut.
Yes. I just stubbornly continue to hold out for more Ui.
Yeah.
More Ui Tatsui.
Well, the thing is that her YouTube videos are incidental at best.
Yeah.
And have never really at any point been integrated into the plot.
I know.
Which is so weird.
I still fondly remember the Ui that almost got hit with a sledgehammer.
I know. The memory wiper was great. And the idea of having a YouTuber character is fun.
But they just underutilizing her so badly.
She's just not integrated into the plot well. Like this.
I mean,
this is
this is the most focus she's had in a while, and she was unconscious the whole time.
Yeah, she was lacking her soul, and really.
I say in a while though, because the most focus she got, I really feel, was with her dead mom, and that was really good. And I want more of that kind of thing, where she gets to, like, be a character and not just...
I think one of my...
She's got chronic damsel syndrome right now.
She
only shows up when she needs to be rescued.
Pretty much. And that's frustrating. And actually, you know what else is frustrating about this particular episode?
Mm.
And it took me a while to put my finger on it. And now it just occurred to me. This was an episode where the threat was a YouTube video, and Ui was out of action for the entire thing. This plot, was more than any other, was structured perfectly
for Ui to actually help.
And she didn't and couldn't.
She could have filed a fake DMCA notice on Kureon.
Her knowledge as a YouTuber could have somehow tied into this plot, and that would have been great. And that didn't happen. She was just some source of frustration for Melto.
And they even had an additional YouTuber.
Yeah.
Who they also didn't utilize.
Yeah, he just vanished after he was introduced.
After they found out that he made the video
which was really
he's the
weird.
host of the wine store, but he's not unhappy, so it can't grow. Okay, bye.
And
did you think to ask him to take the freaking video down? It's his channel.
Everything ended up being kind of moot at the end because Kureon just deleted his own video.
Yeah, well, what I'm wondering, though, is why they didn't have the YouTuber delete the video. It's his channel. He should be able to do it, too.
You'd think so. That does seem like...
But you know what? Ui was unconscious, so there was no one to tell the Q Rangers how YouTube works, and the fact... Ryusoulgers how the YouTube works, so they could get her to take down the video! And then Kureon just conveniently does... I swear, Kureon, very quietly... wants Waizool dead. This is not the first time that he has just accidentally screwed up Waizool's plans.
What was the last time? I'm trying to remember.
Told them where he was.
Did he do that? When did he do that?
No, it was now you stupids! The sketchbook is the Minosaur!
No, that was Waizool.
That was Waizool. No,
Waizool was actually talking about
there was something important.
No, it was a Gachilius thing.
It was a Gachilius.
He told them that Gachilius had another life.
Yeah.
Which was like, why are you
Why
telling
are you
them
telling
that?
him this? Accidentally
this-
getting his revenge on bad bosses.
Yeah, like, he will spite his bosses when they're being jerks to him, which Weisel was being a jerk to him this episode.
He kept calling it a trash video.
That was very mean. Weisel.
He doesn't have facial expressions, but you could still see him dying inside.
That was so mean.
Whoever
to
does
Kureon.
the body of Kirion has very good body language because he can make that completely static face look happier or sadder
Sorry.
just based on the way he does things with his shoulders, because it's not like he has his whole body to work with when he's in shop only from here on up, but you can still see.
Well, I think the angling of the head helps a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's such a, broad, wide head. Any slight angle is exaggerated.
Yeah. But that person has some serious corporeal mime chops.
Yes. But yeah, the idea of the Minosaur was creative, at least. The idea of a Minosaur that can travel through the internet and steal people's souls through a viral YouTube video was fun.
This is also the first time we've ever basically proven that the opposite of what Weisel sometimes does is actually possible. Because we know that Weisel will go and antagonize people to make their monsters grow, but apparently,
if you make somebody
happy, their monster just definitely stagnates. It stops growing. It can't grow if they're happy.
It is interesting he was able to create the Minosaur without a negative energy, though. Because the guy was celebrating when the monster was
they were
created.
celebrating the rap.
Well, yeah, but that's when it was created.
Right, but he may still have had not great feelings.
Oh, because it hadn't gone viral yet?
It hadn't gone viral yet.
Fair enough.
They were celebrating the rap. It hadn't even been edited and put up.
I suppose so. That's fair.
Lots of people...
I mean, he still seemed to be pretty happy at the time.
And what I'm saying is that just because you're, happy on the outside doesn't mean you're happy on the inside.
Well, I'm more so referring to it seemed to be a joyous situation.
Yeah.
And there was no indication that he was depressed underneath that in that particular moment.
But if you're depressed, you're just depressed.
Well, then it wouldn't have changed from him having success. I'm referring to situational, not clinical.
I'm saying the dude...
If it was clinical, it wouldn't have been affected by success.
I'm saying the dude must have had an underlying melancholy in the scene, even though we couldn't see it, which was cured by the thing going viral.
I think in saying that, you're giving too much credit to the writers. Just because we've seen they don't think things through, I think, to that level or layer on that many layers.
I just want it to make sense, so I'm making it make sense in my head. It's not like you don't do the same thing to Power Rangers.
I know, it's true.
You write entire things into episodes to explain why things were not as stupid as they appeared to be.
I know.
Let me unstupid what I'm watching right now so I can tolerate it!
I'm just curious if this is a thing. Because the rules for making Minosaurs are so inconsistent.
To, make a Minosaur from a happy person about their past pain and then have it just flounder because it can't grow?
I guess. It's really weird that he was able to create the Minosaur when somebody wasn't wallowing.
The negative feeling in question was definitely a lack of success on YouTube.
Right.
But something has to give somewhere.
You'd think so, but then again, they can make it from the negative emotions in objects, so I don't even know how that works.
Look, with The Rock, it at least made sense, because that thing had Kami, and a Kami can have feelings.
Apparently so can a small model town.
That's the part where I'm confused. Also the sketchbook.
Well, no, the sketchbook came from a person.
You're right.
The
sketchbook was the Minosaur.
Yeah, it just manifested as a sketchbook.
But...
That was I think, Grimoire Minosaur. Yeah, the way these Minosaurs function is very strange sometimes.
I don't get the town in a box thing.
That was a weird...
The rock made sense, because a wishing rock would have a Kami, and a Kami is a spirit, and therefore can have feelings.
I guess
don't
other
know.
objects can too.
Well, other objects can have a kami.
So I guess the box had a kami, was the implication? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember hearing the word kami at any point, and that's the part that confused me.
We haven't really clarified how the whole objects as Minosaurs thing really works. Like, sometimes you need to destroy the object, other times it just makes more of them.
Well, no, what they said is that you can't destroy a rock by cracking it, because now you've just got 2 rocks.
Well, yeah.
Whereas if you destroy a model town, you don't have multiple model
That's
towns.
true.
You have garbage.
That's fair.
That part actually made sense. You cut a rock in half, you just have 2 rocks.
So this whole romp was basically just because Kureon wanted to be YouTube famous, and he got that, and that was interesting. And the cloning Minosaur was also interesting.
But it makes sense because it was digital.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's also like, this Minosaur can't grow, but it can make 1,000,000 of itself, which is like, feels like it should require the same sort of energy.
Yeah, that's why I was
really
really convinced that it was the same Minosaur hopping in and out of the phones.
Yeah, the
that
fact that it can clone itself like that would suggest that, you know,
those were clones.
it was drawing energy that would allow it to make more of itself, but it was not.
Unless it was, and I would say unless it was drawing the energy from the people, but it clearly wasn't, because all the souls that it collected were hanging out
to
Weisel's neck, not being used to power it.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Like, if it was powering itself off of all the souls it stole, that would be a really interesting adaptation for a Minosaur that cannot sap off its host.
Right, and we've seen objects sap energy from other people.
Right.
But that wasn't the case with this Minosaur, apparently. It was straight up stealing souls, which is a little different.
Little blue marbles. What do you think Weisel was going to do with all that?
He just liked attention, I guess, is what he said, something like that.
Yeah, he said all that attention. So was he just like looking in the jar and being all like, "Hey guys," and having all them look up at him and go, "Ah!" and him going, "Ah, yes, they're all looking at me."
I'm gonna go with yes. That seems exactly what was happening.
Hey, let us out! That's talking to me. That counts. That's attention.
Ryusoulger just makes so little sense upon any scrutiny. I mean, this was a fairly inoffensive episode for the most part, but it's still not a show that makes sense. I'm also just so tired right now. Between first week of school and the traveling for the black belt test, I have not gotten a great deal of sleep in the past week. I've honestly been waking up like before my alarm in many cases.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, especially when my alarm is already set early because I work like an hour away. Yeah, it's a long commute for the new job. So, yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't like harping on Ryusoulger's problems. This was actually a mostly enjoyable episode.
Yeah.
The Kureon dance was very fun. We felt for Kureon and his issues. We liked something that was focused around Ui, even though we were frustrated by the lack of her presence in the actual plot.
I like that they added Ui, her dad, and Oto to the dance, if only for a small clip.
Yeah.
But I'd like some more of that one, because, come on guys, you've got the rooftop you go back to, you got the museum you go back to, you could cut this one in a couple more places.
Yeah. And there were some, even if they were rather nonsensical, there were once again some creative elements going on with the whole Minosaur thing. A Minosaur created by accident, that had a host that was powered by joy, that could clone itself and travel through the internet and stole souls instead of energy. Just a very different sort of Minosaur from what we've dealt with before, and that is creative. Even if it doesn't really have much of a clear internal logic, it is at least different from what we've seen before.
Yeah.
And they do tend to be pretty good with coming up with creative Minosaurs, even if, again, they're creative in ways that don't really have a clear internal logic to them, which is it's a mixed bag. And it, it makes up for the lack of creativity in the actual premise being dinosaurs.
Again.
Also, I have no idea why Ko had to be the one to go into the internet. I feel like Kanalo could have. He's used Cosmoraptor before. Why was save... Like, I recognize you want to save Tiramigo, but why was that?
I don't know. Maybe Kanalo had to...
Do what? It would have even made more sense for Kanalo to do it, too, because he actually had the driving force. Ko didn't. Ko had no particular driving force in this episode.
Not once he got Tiramigo back, he didn't. He already had Tiramigo back.
Yeah.
Then again, I think...
There wasn't even a big focus on him and Tiramigo in this being a thing.
Tiramigo got his soul still, but are you doting over Tiramigo like you're doting over Odo? Now, I understand Odo is more of a people than Tiramigo is, but Tiramigo talks. He's sapient. Why are you not more worried about him?
Actually, one thing I will say about Cosmoraptor that I do find interesting, and has at least been technically consistent, is that it's not that Cosmoraptor necessarily takes you to other worlds, but to other metaphysical realms. Because it previously took, rescued Ko from the afterlife.
Yep.
Which is another realm that's not a, physical other dimension, but a metaphysical
Which, by the way, if it can do that,
and like the
why was it limited to just Ko? Why can't it go and get anyone?
Well, was there anyone else that it needed to...
Like when everybody was being killed so that other people could come back?
Why can't it resurrect people?
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure it just resurrected Ko.
Ko wasn't resurrected, though. He didn't have his life force drained or anything. He just fell through the portal into the afterlife.
Fair enough.
And just like this time, he went through a portal into the internet, which is really barely even a metaphysical realm and really more of a metaphorical realm.
I don't know. Ask Serial Experiments Lane.
You know what, Ko, while you were in the internet, do you think maybe you could swing by Gregor Reynolds' Etsy shop and pick up a few things? That'd be pretty cool. While you're in there. Alright, I think that brings it full circle.
Yes, it does.
Alright, and as you can tell, I'm fading fast.
You're fading.
I got another bright and early morning of educating young minds with really weird scenarios for physics and math. So,
until next time.
Which will be this Saturday
at
7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Daylight Time.
Whatever the Eastern Time is. The East Coast of the United States time. That time.
Which is presently Eastern Daylight Time, rather than Eastern Standard Time.
I guess, is it EDT instead of EST? Is that how it's done? I just do ET. I don't even know. Anyway. Until then, when you will join us for that live stream, because we're counting on seeing you there.
Yes, we are.
Farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. Oh, I see the problem with your internet. You got a Minosaur in the tubes there.